The FMYI calendar is a great way to share your calendar with others on your team and also keep track of all of your appointments with your prospects. If you go over here on the left-hand side, you'll see where you can click on Calendar and then My Calendar to view it. It's very basic. You'll see how it's also able to be sorted by day or week. And you can even look at other people's calendars by clicking on the drop-down bar over here, including your DSC's calendar. Everything is still completely private. If it is a private appointment, so let's say it's an appointment with a prospect, no one will be able to see the details except for your DSC, but they will still see the time and date that you are unavailable. So they will see the blocked out time, so that with DSCs, it makes it easy for your associates to schedule time with you. For instance, when associates need to schedule a meeting or training with you, they need to email back and forth to settle on a time. But now they can just come to FMYI, choose your name from the drop-down bar, and see when you're available, and that makes it very easy. So let's add an appointment to a prospects page. The best way to do that is to go to the actual workspace where the prospect is. So I'm going to type in Al's Auto Shop. I'm going to go to his name, go to his workspace. All you have to do is scroll down to the post box and choose appointment, type in the details, and then put in the start date and time. You want to put in a location if you want to communicate to others where you are. So instead of it will just say busy, but you can put in a specific location for others to see. This will be visible to everyone, so they will not see the details of what you're doing, but they will see whatever you type in here. So usually maybe you want to say that you're in Salem for the day, so they know that if they want to schedule time with you or meet up with you, they'll know your travel time. You can put in a repeating event if you'd like, but I'm going to keep this on no repeat. And then you can send yourself a reminder email maybe 2 hours beforehand. Attendees will show up based on who has access to the prospect, so there's no chance of you accidentally inviting someone who should not see this content. So members and access over here, I am an agent working with Jeremy Strong, so he is here. So his name shows up as an attendee, so I can invite him along because we're working together, or I can click show more and I will also be able to invite my DSC if I'd like. If you're wondering why no one else shows up here for you to invite, you need to invite them. You do need to take the extra step of adding them to the members and access section. Again, this is a feature that just allows for you to not worry about inviting people who do not need to be invited. I'm going to go ahead and check off send alert to the people that are responsible, so it allows them to add the event to their personal calendar. So not only do they receive an email from you saying that you posted the event and invited them, but it also allows them to push it forward to their iCal, their iPhone, or even their Outlook or Gmail calendars. You click add, and it posts the event here, and it's highlighted in yellow for you to see. So what this does is, if you come to this prospects page, Al's Auto Shop, you can scroll down and see the record of the appointment with Al. This is very handy when it comes to days when you maybe didn't take a look at your calendar, but you happen to be on the prospects page, and you can see. And also in the future, you can look back and see when you meet with the prospect. The difference between FMYI calendars and others is this connection with the workspaces. If not, you just have a calendar with a bunch of events on it. This is a very valuable connection that DSCs and agents love. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the calendar and show you the event, how it shows up here. Meet with Al to go over the MO138. And I can click on the event itself, and it takes me back to Al's Auto Shop page. So that is the key to connecting appointments to their prospects. So there is another way to add to the calendar that some people prefer, especially if you are on a mobile device or an iPad. You can go over here to the Add Appointment button that shows up when you're looking at your calendar. It's the same as before. You just need to put in the information. But then there's this extra step of asking which page would you like this appointment on. This is asking which prospect does this event need to be connected to. Even if DSCs, this is a resource, maybe a training, this is just where you would search for the page that you have set up with those trainings and all their information. So you are given the option to add this to your profile page, and that is not usually suggested unless it's maybe a public event like a vacation or a sick day or a party at your house. That is what the profile is for. You don't want to add all of your appointments to your profile or it will be very disorganized. If you are wanting to add to a new page, this is the circumstances involves are if you are adding an appointment with Betty, but she does not have a page on the site. So this is a brand new prospect that you've not entered or imported yet, and you happen to be on your phone quickly wanting to add this meeting. So you can type in the prospect's name. So again, this is the name of the appointment. All you'll do is type in the prospect. So you'll put like Betty Salon. That is the only reason why you would want to add to a new page. But we know that this is involved with Al's Auto Shop. So I'm going to choose search for a page, and it'll show up there for me to select. So the start and end date is the same as before. You just choose that here. That location, again, you want people to know where you are or maybe who you're meeting with. If you want to share that with everyone, you can do that here. And then the same options as before, repeat and then send yourself a reminder email as well as the attendees. So I'm going to add that appointment, and it's going to show it showing up on the calendar right down here. Meet with Betty about paperwork, and it also connected it to Al's Auto Shop. I click on the event. It takes me to Al's Auto Shop down to where the event is. So the calendar is very, very handy, especially since it can be, like I mentioned earlier, pushed forward to other calendars. So if you have an iOS device, you can set it up so that any events added on FMYI, your shared calendar, are automatically pushed forward. That can work with Outlook and Gmail as well. But if not, you do need to receive those email alerts that have that ICS file attached. And it is very important for you to know that if you have issues with your devices, it is better to contact your device customer service. Since FMYI, instead of FMYI, just mention that you're using ICS files. And again, everything, I always like to reassure people that everything is still completely private. If you're in a circumstance where people are seeing your events, just see where you're posting them. Make sure that you are posting them on private pages. So see Meet with Betty about paperwork. This is a private event because the only people that have access are Good Looking Agent and Jeremy Strong, MIDSC.